So I have one last question for you before I let you go and feed your children. Tell me, what would you say now to 8-year-old Ruth if you could have a conversation with her?
So, if I could go back and say something to 8-year-old Ruth, I'd say three things actually, because I'm greedy and I'm management consultant at heart, and you always say things in threes. So, firstly, life will take you in all sorts of wonderful directions. Go with it. I think the older that I get, the more I feel like things are meant to happen, things happen for a reason, all of those things, and just embrace that. And the second thing that I would say that is linked to it is embrace that with positivity, because things are hard and life is tough. And, you know, we've both got small children, we have jobs, we have families, we have lives. Like, things just happen and they can just be a bit shit. And I think if you can kind of see the positives in life, it brings positivity back to you. So go in with that sort of attitude. And I guess the third thing is the thing that I always say to my kids is, you don't have to be the best at everything, but you do have to give it the best go that you can. I always say this to my son when he's learning to write at the moment, and he's like, "Oh, mummy, I can't." And it's like, you're trying the best with what you have. And sometimes you just need to give yourself that grace. And if you know in your heart that you put everything into it, that sometimes is enough, actually. You don't need to be top of the class. You don't need to be best, best of the bunch every time, as long as you're trying really hard. And then sometimes that just happens anyway. So that would be my answer.
I love all of that. And that last point, I think it's so interesting because often I think about this when we're teaching our children, we're often teaching them the lessons that we also need to learn, even though obviously we're like a generation ahead of them.
Big
And
time.
and yeah, that's really valuable. And I often give advice to my girls and I think, God, I need to actually take this advice instead of just spouting it out. And
Big
that's
time.
really beautiful, really, really beautiful. Thank you, Ruth.
Well, thank you.